Alright, just gonna take our jig motors off here, bring them home to service them, and all that jazz. Got a battery at home, so we'll just take the whole mount bracket off. This switch and stuff is just bolted into the bracket for the motor, so that's the easiest way to take it off. Remove this belt by loosening this thing here. So that's the tensioner for the belt. Now the belt will just slip off thusly.
Nice and easy.
Get to the jigger frame. Forgot about that black tape. Luckily it's cold out. They're really simple, just held on by a single big nut here. Nice handle. A couple of big washers. A little wear pad on the back side. I think that's just regular old gasket material, hard gasket material. Side, and then the whole spool just slides off like that. Really easy.
Yeah. So show them again. Belt tensioner, loosen it up. Belt's off. Take off this mounting bolt. Take off this nut that holds the spool in. Make sure to hold on to the washers that hold the spool and the rubbing plate so that they don't fall through the cracks on the deck and then fall through the scupper somehow.
It'll make its way there without doubt.
Yep. And
presto.
That's it.
In the cart. Stuff back on these so they don't get buried in snow and shoveled overboard.
Yep. How come those how come that's flat on one side of that thread?
Because it keys in this big ring. If you see here on this other one, there's a flat side right there.
I see.
That's just to keep this big one from spinning freely. The other ones are designed to slip, so your reel has give to it. If there's a heavy load on it, it'll just turn, kind of like drag on a fishing rod.
That makes sense.
Yep. Makes it easier on the gear, and you lose less fish that way. Alright guys, so we're just doing a little jig machine maintenance here. You can kind of see I have this one propped up here. This is just a new machine. It's not one of our in-work ones, but I do have one of our working motors on. So got hooked up to the battery here. I'll give you a little sample of what is on the agenda today. Let's click this on. You guys can hear that. pretty loud. So the bearings are kind of worn out in these. This one's a Scotty 12 volt motor, and we have a few Pacific Scientific motors that need overhauled. So I guess we'll get started here and bring you along for this little bit of maintenance. So you'll have to excuse the state of the shop here. Still just a shop, so it's a little junky. But as you can see, I've already kind of cheated and pre-disassembled this machine. Go ahead and pop this end cap off here. So I built these junction boxes here. This simply goes on the end of the motor here and seals up, and then the wires come down through this piece of liquid tight into this little junction box where there's a switch, just a regular old light switch actually, and then the leads come off the underside there and they run to our big breaker box on the Emerald. So it works pretty good. Pretty happy with it. I don't think I sealed this one up very good. There was no silicone here, so I think I kind of just stuck this on here and put a bead around the edge there, and that's why it's kind of rusty in there. And also why I needed to disassemble it, because this motor was screeching at me and it was quite unpleasant to listen to. So there's one bearing there on this end, and then the other bearing is over here on this end. So these ones are already a little bit better. I greased them and made them sound happier, but then we decided just to order some new ones. And as you could probably hear from my little example there, they're still pretty sad sounding. So we're gonna go ahead and disassemble this, take this end cap off, and then pull these bearings. Alright, let's grab the bearing puller here. Well, that ain't gonna work very good, is it? Doesn't even fit behind there. Let's make a new tool. Through the magic of YouTube editing, I've created a new bearing puller that actually fits behind there. Ta-da! So we'll go ahead and get this rigged up in the vise over here and yank this bearing off. Okay, so this bearing is just pressed into this end cap here, so just warming it up a bit here to make it easier to pull out. I've already sprayed some WD-40 in there, so hopefully that helped. It's kind of been soaking. Alright, so it's bubbling around the edges of that bearing. Let's see if it slips out here. Yeah, it's sliding out. Don't want to hit too hard, it's just an aluminum housing, so. Okay, just got the new puller on here. So I just made a couple of stainless pieces with a bearing shaped notch out of them. So kind of our usual hillbilly setup here, but we'll get this thing, put a little pressure on this thing and see if it pulls off. Go out a little bit. There you go. Just a little pressure, and then I'll put some heat back on it again.
Something will creak right there. Potentially.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that was a good crack. Not a bad crack.
I think it was a good crack. Yep. Good crack.
Nice. Oh man. That bearing is pretty ugly looking.
The whole seal is gone. No wonder it's so rough. Man.
Definitely seen better days, huh?
Yep. Okay, a little clampy action. Whoa!
Surprise!
It's not pulling straight up like I want it to be on the very center of that bearing, so.
But it should be fine now, even if they slant in a little bit. It's probably going to try and slip off of that. Get your clamp. Although now you could probably just put a little heat on that thing. Yeah, probably. The other one was easy, huh?
Yeah. This one doesn't want to leave home. Give it some taps.
There it goes. Let's give it a little tappy.
The old wrench tap.
See you later, you obnoxious bearing. Whoa. That's all falling apart now. Did it come up all the way? Might need to go a little bit further, but...
No. Oh, is it just that my spacer pulled out because... Oh, yeah, I walked it out.
Yeah.
I know this will just disassemble itself, so just get a little bit here. skinnier on this one. No.
Figures, but
I think it'll be alright.
I think it'll be alright.
I can shave them down some more on the bottom side.
Is this the same motor as the other one?
This is Scotty. Alright, well that puller worked fairly well as intended, so yeah.
Probably use a few modifications, but I
Yeah.
think just a top mount like our other one. We've just had a plate across it and bolts going down.
Mm-hmm.
And that worked okay. But maybe with the screw in the middle to
actually pull it. Yeah.
to actually pull it and not have to just tighten up the...
Mm-hmm. Scratch on that, huh? That happened just now? Probably.
Probably, but I don't think that's like... It's just paint, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or something. Who knows?
Nothing vital.
Let's
It's
get some Galdang
nail polish.
polish and throw it on there.
Yep.
Kind of feels like plastic, huh?
Yeah.
So maybe that's good to put a little dab of that on there. A little dab will do ya.
Nice. All right. Well, that was easy enough anyways. Yeah, I feel the warmth.
It don't take very much. Sounded like bottom, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that is so smooth. Nice. Start with here. There you go.
There it was.
That went down.
Yep. Heard that.
Alrighty, well, just like new.
Just like new. Here.
Give it a spin. Nice and warm on my hand. Oh boy.
Oh man, look at that.
Should have spun it before.
I know. I'll have to do it on the next one because I was kind of curious.
Wow.
All right. We'll get this thing back together. Alrighty. Looks like that's home. Or it's not. Okay. This is awkward. Because I could have just slipped it on there without tapping it on. Apparently. Might have to put some sleeve retainer on there or something like that. Had to scrape some oxidation out of the bore there, so I guess it's not surprising that it's a little bit loose now. It'll glue back in over time.
Now what?
It's looser than it used to be from the crust.
Retaining compound.
Yeah.
Gonna have to heat it up to get it back out.
Yep. I'll have to remember. If we ever do it again, right? It lasts like a crazy long amount of time. Little blue raspberry goop. Yeah, I tapped it in and it like hangs up midway and then I go to pull it out of the vise and it just like pulls the cap off. I'm like, what? All right, nice. I'll just let this sit here and harden up, I guess, so it stays centered more or less. All right, well, we'll bring you guys back here in a bit after I reassemble this guy, and we'll see how quiet it is. All right, I just got bolted back together. Didn't put sealant on it yet. I like to hook it back up, make sure it all works first before I go about sealing it. But got it hooked up to the battery, so let's click her on and see. Oh yeah.
It's quiet.
That is beautiful. Music to my ears. Wow.
It's really quiet.
So if you guys go back and watch like a cod video or a rockfish video, then you'll notice pretty much a constant, well, we're pretty much one up, one down. So there's always a motor going and there's always kind of a in the background. So I guess maybe that'll be a thing of the past, which is pretty nice. So I'll get this guy sealed up. I guess that's about it for it, really. So, all right, so this one is the loud one. Get a load of this. Let's see what the decibel range is. Furnace is running over there right now. Yeah, 53. 70, 71. Kinda loud. So, rip this guy apart, put some new bearings in.